Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of The Kickback. I am your host, The Dude. And as we do every Friday night, we have some amazing conversations with amazing gentlemen about whatever's going on in your life. Marriage, love, children, rearing children, finances, whatever you feel like you need to talk about. This is a place for great conversations, and we welcome all brothers to the kickback. So come on in, join the conversation, and let's have some wonderful dialogue.
The kickback, the place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback, a place for the kickback, the place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback, a place for brothers. The kickback.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in the building. Zane, I see you in the chat room. My brother, how are you tonight? I hope everybody is well. I hope you've had a great week. I hope it's been very productive and very busy. I hope that everything you were intending to accomplish, you did. You accomplished everything you were intending to accomplish. This has been a really busy week, but it's going to be an even busier weekend for me. So, Dave, what's going on, my brother?
Man, just hanging out, waiting to enjoy the show.
Man, I hear you, my brother. I saw Zane jumped in the building, but I guess he had to jump back out for some reason.
Maybe a bad connection. He'll jump back in.
Yeah. How was your week been?
Uh, it's been an interesting week. I got to do my regular stuff and did some other stuff too. But the changing seasons and um, allergens out there kind of got me in a weird state. I don't feel 100. You know how you feel like you're 90, but that 10% just keeps dragging you down.
Yes. I totally can understand and agree with you. Because it's like sneezing. You get like this morning, early this morning at probably 6:30 this morning, a child got on the bus with something on them that sent me into a sneezing fit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was sneezing until it finally got out of my nasal cavity, and then I was okay. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever they had on them, it could have been, we pick up particles of all different types of things. So
I'll bet.
it could have been anything that they picked up and didn't even know they actually picked up.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be a combination of dust, pet dander, and outside histamines.
Right. You're right. It could have been all of that, but I don't know. It was, like I said, it put me into a sneezing fit until whatever it was gone out of my nasal passage. I sneezed like banshee. Achoo. It's achoo. It's like, two, and it was just coming and coming and coming, and I was like, okay, well, get out of my system, whatever you are. I'll be happy when you
Right.
get out of it. But yeah, I've noticed the change of weather has got me sounding like I'm draining, like my sinuses, which they probably are draining, and I'm like, uh, I hate sounding nasally. I hate,
Mm-hmm.
that sound of like you got the sniffles, but you can't get it to come out either way by blowing your nose or by clearing your throat. You can't really get it out. It's like just sitting there, and you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
clear that path. But other than that, it's been good, man. It's been a good, productive, busy week. I can't complain. God to be the glory for blessing me with all the things that He has blessed me with. Nothing in particular because everything's a blessing. So I'm not thanking
Mm-hmm.
God for one thing in particular because all of it is a blessing at this point. Everything that He gives me is a blessing. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful to just have it and be able to be on this side of any problems because problems come and go. People are going through so much with the atmosphere and what's going on in the world. uh, I'm thankful to be on the side of it that I'm on, and that God is still in the blessing business.
Amen.
Yeah. Have you heard from Brother Morris?
Yeah, I have not heard from Morris in a minute.
Okay. I was just wondering. I wanted to check on him and see where he is.
I'm gonna go ahead and send him an invitation right quick.
Right. Just send him an invitation because I'd really love to hear from him because I hadn't heard from him, and I'm kind of concerned that I haven't heard from him. And uh, you said Mark was in Germany, right?
Yeah, Mark's gonna be on an extended visit to Germany with his wife and their family. I think the father passed away last year, and the mother passed away this year.
Okay.
So they're over there settling out the family business.
The estate.
Yeah.
Well, those are my brothers, man. I just wanted to check on them and make sure they're okay because if we don't check on our community, man, who will? And those brothers, they've been with us for a long time. And for
Mm-hmm.
Morris not to be here as many weeks as he has really concerned me. And I understand with Mark going to Germany to help his wife settle her affairs, you know, but it just for me, when you get used to hearing these voices and having these conversations, and then when the dynamics change, it's like, where are these people at?
Mm-hmm.
It is most definitely missed. Morris being who he is. Zane, why are you not up here speaking, Zane? If you're here, I see you in the chat, my brother. Jamar, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
It's nice to be
Welcome.
here, brother.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the kickback, man.
It's nice to be here.
It's a light show tonight. We really just getting started. I'm glad that you decided to come in and be a part of this, man. If you don't know, if you did know, if you do know, this is a safe place where we just come and we have great conversations about whatever's going on with you. We start off lighthearted, just having conversations about every day in life and what's going on. Nothing in particular, but just kind of lighthearted conversation. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going through something or somebody's going through something, and we're helping each other make it through. So it is always great to have another brother here with us. How's your week been?
Man, it's been productive, man. I try to be productive every day. Just stay focused on the plan and move forward. I could complain, but I won't,
Right.
Just try to stay focused, stay motivated, stay
I
out the
mean,
way.
right. But really, what is complaining gonna do?
It's not really going to do nothing but make you, I guess complaining is like a emotional release, but for me personally, it really don't do anything. Anytime I run into an issue, my mind always goes to how to nip it in the bud, how to solve the problem.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Why complain if you don't have a solution?
Right.
And that's what a lot of people do. They complain and they want somebody else to find a solution to their problem, or they want somebody else to help them uh, fix whatever they think or they deem is wrong with them or about them or against them.
Yeah, man, a lot of people got a lot to say, but don't walk the walk like they talk the talk, man,
Of
Got to put
course.
that work in if you want to achieve certain results. You can't be right there hooping and hollering and you ain't willing to get up and make a change.
Listen. And that's the whole reason why we're here, is because a lot of men hoop and holler about having somewhere to have conversations or they don't have anybody to talk to. And so many people say, man, I ain't got no friends, or I ain't got nobody to talk to, I ain't got this or I ain't got that. But then they don't create or they don't try to assemble a community of people who's trustworthy enough that you can have whatever. If you and the wife are going through it, if you and your girlfriend, baby mama, if your job, you need somebody to say, hey, man, this is what's going on. And I'm not saying you're particularly bitching, but like you said, talking about certain things can help relieve that pressure of whatever's built up, because pressure busts pipes and men are dying in silence because they're carrying all this emotional baggage that the world says they're not allowed to carry.
Yup. It's there, but as men, we have to ignore and disregard, and that can be destructive, Like, I try to just talk to my higher power about my problems and try to see the good in everything. I try not to even have no negative energy around me.
Hey, man, that is, to me, that is the best way to be about it, because if you have those negative energies around you, it ain't gonna do nothing but bring you down.
Yeah, man. And I need to stay up as much as
Hey,
I can.
we all need to stay up, man. We all need to be encouraged. We all need to be lifted up. And that's like what you just heard me talking about, those two brothers that ain't been here, man. Even with them not being here, I'm still looking for them and I'm lifting them up. Even if I don't say, man, I'm praying for them, in my mind, I'm praying for them already. I hope these brothers okay. The one brother's going through something with his family. I pray everybody makes it safely. Germany's a long way away. I
Uh-huh.
pray everything goes well in that situation, because they are my brothers. We
Yeah,
ain't family, but we brothers because we've been going along this journey together for a while. So that's what makes them my brothers.
yeah. We all men, and we should have a place where we know people are pushing us forward even when we can't push ourselves.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I came tonight because I would like to listen more than anything, for real, just to hear what other people have to say and get some motivation and encouragement off of that. I don't want the spotlight to be too much on me, but To introduce myself to the group, I'm a young man from East Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised. I graduated from Maplewood High School. I went through a traumatic experience and did 10 years in prison from 18 to 27. I've been out since 2022, and my first musical tape I dropped was called Up From Here, because that's my perspective. Like, I reached my rock bottom going to prison. You know, being in a place where your potential is caged to where you can only do so much is it's heartbreaking when you know you work more than that. So now that I'm on the flip side, I know it could always be worse. So I know I could be back in there. I could be somewhere where there's war going on. But at the end of the day, I'm free and I'm able. So I just try to move forward in that simple spirit right there, you know. I don't try to complicate nobody's life. I don't try to be a burden. I just try to be an aid and a sister and good energy all around the board, whether that's pushing somebody towards a job or just talking somebody off a ledge, you know. I'm just trying to be a good guy for real. Do the right thing like Spike Lee, as they say.
Bro, it sounds like you're on the right path to me, man. Everything and everything you said is wonderful. And if a lot more of us men would live in that manner and being subservient, because men sometimes always want to take the role as the lead. But here's the thing, in a partnership, there may be a time when you may not be able to lead and your partner may have to lead. For instance, you may be sick, you may, have gotten injured, and you have to have enough you have to have enough belief in your partner, the person that you have decided to partner up with, that they can lead in that moment.
For
So
sure.
I like the fact that you said a server aid, because not only do we're the head, but sometimes we may have to be the arms and the legs, and the woman may have to be the head, or whoever your spouse particularly be. That is great to hear. At your age, you've embodied that mindset.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I wouldn't have went and sat down, like my mom always tells me that she was glad I was locked up and not in the ground. And I understand that totally because where my mental was at when I left, I know that I was headed in that direction. Like, no fucks given. I don't care what don't belong to me and who I'm taking it from. And
Right.
I didn't want to be that type of person, but circumstances made me feel like I had to be that way. And speaking to you, talking about not always trying to be the leader, leaders need leaders too, you know.
Yes, sir.
Like you're in the position of paving a way, you still need somebody to help you and encourage you to go on because the people that are following never really know everything that you're carrying. And it's like, man, it's just, that weight can get heavy. That's why I'm glad that there's a community here just to feel the love from afar, and get
Listen,
encouraged to keep
that makes
going.
me think about. I know it's a song, but uh, what is his name? I'm trying to think. From Memphis, Don Tripp. Don Tripp has a song where it's
I
called
love that
"Yeah, Yeah," and he says, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown."
guy.
Yeah,
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And what you just said, man, a lot of people don't really understand that particular part of being a leader. Sometimes being a leader is heavy. It's
yeah,
very heavy. But just to bounce back on what you said a few minutes ago about your mom saying you needed to sit down, I got myself into some trouble when I was about 20. I was 20 some years old, and I went to jail. And Every time I went to jail, I'd always say, call my mama, tell her come and get my car. Call my mama, tell her come get my car. And this particular time they called my mother. She came to pick up my car, and I'm in the back of a police squad, and I'm livid. I'm on 10. I'm on 1,000. And I'm saying, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. My mother says, baby, you're where you need to be. You need to go sit down. You need to go figure out what you got going on. You where you need to be. And in that moment, I was so pissed at my mother. I was so pissed at her. But
Yeah.
now, at my age and where my life is now, I understand what she meant by I needed to, because in that moment, I was like you. I was transparent. I was on a suicide mission that night. I was
Yeah.
on a suicide mission that night. I was ready to kill whoever was in my way. Whatever was going on, I was ready to kill. I was literally on a suicide mission at night. And that was the mindset that I was in. And being pulled over by the police and going to jail saved my life.
Yeah.
So I totally get and understand what you said when you was like, my mama said I needed to be where I be. I was in that same boat, man. And whew,
Yeah. It's like, you know, you gotta realize who you are before it's too late, man, because life is precious, man. It could be gone at any moment. Being in someone else's captivity and servitude is wild for real. And the opportunity to be free is underappreciated because it's such a big world out here, you know. There's so many things that you could do with your life to contribute to the greater good
yes,
instead of being someone who's destroying everything that it comes to.
right.
So
And
I'm
I
definitely just trying to surround myself with like-minded people who can aid and assist me just like I want to aid and assist them.
Right. Well, you come to the right place, my brother, because that's what we're all about over here at the Kickback, man. It's aiding each other, whether it be like there's a gentleman, if you look at the panel, there's a gentleman by the name of Zane. Uh, he is a veteran who's been through some things in his life and done some things, but everyone has their own particular struggles or whatever it may be, or things they have going on in their lives. But blessing, he's been a blessing to us, not only with, his presence being here, but he's also been a blessing by helping out a couple of the brothers, with his talent, with who he is, his talent. He's a mechanic, by trade. So he has come through in the clutch and helped a couple brothers. And it's all come from being on this platform. A lot of us didn't know each other in real life. We meeting here every Friday night, having conversations with each other, getting to know each other's struggles, pains, ups and downs, and made connections outside of here.
Just some relativeness as men.
Yes.
Like men go through some things, man. That I'm sorry, but nice to meet you, Jamar.
Nice to meet you as well.
Sir, this is a good spot, and I heard you talk about leadership and being a follower and things of the such. You're going to jail for like 8 years, bro. And that's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, being a military man that I am. I know there's another gentleman in here that's helped me out a lot. Being a military man, you learn that a good follower makes a great leader.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to sit back on a back burner, just to kind of see where shit's at. Got to go through some shit until it hits you, and then your leadership just kind of comes, May not know it, but in this space that Joe and everybody has put onto us to just be able to talk as men and, put our stuff out there, It, it's very relative as a follower, as a leader, as just a human being, just to put your stuff out there and be able to, to feel.
Yeah. You can go numb. You can go numb out here in this life. You can just become numb to what you literally going through and the shape of your reality at the moment and being.
I think you cut out, bro.
You cut out on us, Jamal.
But I see what he's getting at, like that whole numbness of like, day by day. You know what I mean? Day by day, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, but I can't feel what I'm supposed to feel, and I can't express how I'm supposed to feel.
Right.
That's just me. That's just me.
Right. I mean, to some degree, it's like muscle mass or muscle memory. Muscle memory is what I'm trying to say. It's like muscle memory. It's about like my job. I get up every day. I know I'm going to the bus. I'm going to drive this bus. It's like this morning I woke up. I didn't sleep very well last night, and my wife says, you tossed and turned all night long. What was going on? And I was like, shoot, I don't know. I couldn't sleep. I kept waking up thinking I was going to be late for work. Have you guys ever experienced that? Just keep waking up every few hours thinking, oh, I got to be at work.
I don't think I've ever slept well, for real.
Man,
I feel that every so often.
My conscience has me tossing and turning into where like my sleep is in spurts. 2 hours, wake up, toss turn, an hour, wake up, toss turn. Never really completely sleep. And then when I do sleep, my dreams is fucking crazy.
But you were also a young man that went through the system and didn't have the opportunity to sleep the way that you need to sleep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you on the other side of that traumatic experience.
Yeah.
It gets better along the way, man. It will get better. And I think you still trying to, in a sense, redeem yourself, but not really. And so sometimes we get in panic mode when we feel like we're under pressure. And a big thing I talk about to like my children is the biggest thing I've seen with my children is, and it may not be yours, but the biggest thing I see with my children is financial instability. Financial instability has people just wrecked. And you may not, and sometimes people don't even think about it. Money is money. It's fluent. It's what it is. But if you can know that you got paid and all your bills are paid and you ain't got to worry about nothing, it feels a little different than when you're actually working paycheck to paycheck and you robbing Peter to pay Paul and you robbing Joseph to pay Noah, or, if you're going through that particular thing, sometimes that'll make you uneasy. And I've actually watched this with my children because I have grown children and I also have small children. So I've watched my children go through that transition of being financially whatever I'm trying to say the word, but the choices they made in jobs and different situations in life made them uneasy. And when they finally got to a place to where their finances were better, their lives it's like being on a plane and you're going through turbulence and then the flight kind of smooths out and, you're just sailing. That sometimes can get you just really thrown off. And man, at your age and going through what you went through, brother, I salute you because you sound like the time you spent in a facility really worked. They talk about rehabilitating is the word they use when someone does that much they spent that much time in that camp, because we're going to call it camp because we're not going to give it anything else, but spending that much time in a camp like that, either a lot of people either feel like they have no other choice but to go back to whatever got them there, and then you got the small percentage of people that feel like it was an opportunity for them to do better.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
I know that I definitely want, like, when I'm dead and gone, like, in one of my songs, I say, you know what I'm saying, just, I hope that you paying attention in case I'm dead and gone, you feel me? Take caution when you jumping in them streets, because, like they say, when it comes to the law, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You can't jump in that water and say you don't know how to swim, but yet, as men, we are forced to jump in the water.
Right.
If anyone understands that, because like the systematic breakdown, being a melanated man, and then men in general, the few favor women being in power versus a man actually being in power, because that in turn could take power away from the powers that be. And like my dad called me today, and I haven't even called him back. And it's like
Darlito and Don Tripp way of life.
Yeah, like I would say that I'm those type of artists, because I'm not about to line my lyrics to get a buzz. It's really not even about a buzz. It's more about the exposure of my art. And
A story and the truth of life on what you've been through.
Yeah, so like
nothing wrong with it, brother. I promise you.
Being a genuine person all around the board, being sincere, letting people know ahead of time so that when they do meet me in person, if they do, you're not seeing something contradicting what you done heard before. You see what I'm saying? Like aligning yourself with what you put out there, talking the talk and walking the walk. Like, trying to make sure that I stay on the path, because sometimes some of your most important influences are your worst enemy.
Hey, Scoob, do you agree with what he's saying about music? Because
100%. I'm in the kitchen chefing it up right now. But yeah, what's going on, fellas, man? Happy Friday, Felice Reactness.
Yes.
But yeah, most definitely. You can't cap in the rap. You gotta be real at all times. You know, I always say real recognize real recognize fake. So, you know, if you can look in the mirror and lie to yourself, then you're a dangerous man walking. Me, I just you know, we're perfectly imperfect. You know, everybody got flaws. I definitely understand what he's going through. You know, that numbness. You know, I'm just moved into my new apartment and whatnot, so I got to experience everything taken away from me for at least 30 days. Like I went from, you know, seeing my daughter every day to not seeing her every day to like just one day out the week, which is a Saturday, and then I just moved into my own place, and you know, I'm just getting things back. As you know, Demar was saying, just you know, that sovereignty. I'm in the big. God got me in like a little solitude lane right now. People bother me just because of like exactly what Jamar said, like that like mindedness. You know, I can't even have a conversation with most folks because they don't even can't relate to just sense.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's common out here, but nobody has common sense. And you know, especially like the young man just get on my nerves. I be wanting to just get some gloves and just whew.
Yeah.
Get some, you know, some tough love, some little brotherly love.
For sure,
you know.
man. And now I tell you, bro, I done had gloves in my trunk since I've been home, and ain't got to fight with one of my brothers or nothing, because the fire to resist conformity is like damn near dead in people. Like you might as well be a fucking AI robot.
We're sheeps. We're sheeps. People have turned into sheeps, my brother. They are following the steward. They're sheeps. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm a rebel. I'm a nomad, so I get exactly what you're saying. I don't follow the masses. I don't follow any of that. But you look out in this world, and everybody's following some trend.
Most definitely.
No, girl,
Yeah.
you told me to stop cussing, but now I feel like somebody come in and it's really real now.
Go for what you know.
No, I mean sometimes a couple of curse words mean something, right?
Right. But we've had other conversations on the side of that, and I try to tell you all the time: stop apologizing for cuss words. If in your declaration of whatever you're saying, cuss words are fine, and I've said cuss words, Zane. Come on now.
I know, I got you.
I've said cuss words, man, because sometimes, listen, man, sometimes the shit just gets so deep, you gotta express yourself. And that's just being real. What I say about, what I say about cuss words is let's be honest. We're men and we're having intelligent conversations. Do we have to swear every other word that we're saying?
No.
Oh,
Right.
definitely not.
That's all I'm saying is let's not make it a conversation of just straight swear words. Let's make it, let's have some intelligent dialogue because we all are intelligent men and we're all here to express some form of whatever it may be going on with us.
Now we're just
And,
talking about the expressive manner of like using a cuss word. You know what I mean?
oh, my bad. I done went so, theoretic with it, man. My bad, Zane, dog.
You're good, bro. You're good.
But, being it,
You just gotta be like, man, fuck.
yeah.
You know, Kitty Mercy just said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future in the chat. And like, speaking to that, like, man, like, your friends having to separate yourself because you see people are not operating on the same plane that you on. You on two different frequencies. So like now my surroundings are my family and I'm more so in a position of leadership. And I can tell just like some days where like they don't understand what I'm going through.
Man, say that.
They don't even understand that I would love to ask for a favor right now, but can't because you depending on me.
Man, say that. I just had that conversation with somebody, man. Say that.
I need a spa day around this. You hear me?
Right, man.
I need
Listen.
a deep tissue joint. You hear
But
me?
listen, bro. But that's the odd thing about. Here's the thing. Some of us, we seclude ourselves from the world sometimes. But think about like this place right here, having a conversation and understanding that at your age, you feel that way. Now, at my age, I'm at a place now where here comes Zane. I'm saying, fuck it. I'm saying, fuck it. Now it's about me. Bruh, you gonna get to a point, in your life where you gonna say, because here's the thing, at your age and what you're doing right now, people are depending on you. Yes, great, wonderful, you're dependable, you're all of these things. Great, wonderful. But what happens when in 5 years, you're still trying to save those same people? What happens in 10 years and you still saving those same people? Is that help or is that hindering?
That's hindering.
What happens next week? What happens next month?
Yeah, like and you know, like I'm good with that as well. You know, balancing, encouraging someone versus getting out of their way. And it's like there's a deadline to that. Like I can only help you so much until
Right.
just enabling, you know. So like
There it is.
I've been in these 3+ years that I've been home. I've counted down a couple people because I'm not even the type of dude who gonna beat around the bush with you because really you pissing me off when you not helping and versus hindering. Like I can
That's
only
fine.
take that
Yeah,
so
when you
much. You feel me? Either you slow or you playing slow. Which side of the fence is you standing on? Because after my little personal experiences, I no longer have time to waste for real. And I'm battling with my own procrastinations. You feel me?
so don't.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Right,
So
man.
like where is it at for you? Do you think about taking time and like I understand being selfish is being selfish and like as men and just as a person like yeah we're not supposed to feel selfish but I will be an advocate on feel selfish sometimes. Feel good upon yourself. Don't
I agree. I
be,
agree, man.
being able to care for somebody, being able to have some good words for somebody and being able to help somebody out is all good. But if you don't get that reciprocation from those same people or just your community, then what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly, for
If
sure.
if you can't sit back, take a shit in the morning, look in the mirror while you're brushing your teeth and say, "Hey, bro, I got this," and there's nobody helping me out, and all I have to do is I have to have this, that's cool. But where are those people that actually have you that you helped out?
They here. I got them around me, man. It's very few. It's a handful, but I know I got them around me, and like understanding where people can help you and not putting too much of an expectation on people, man, is like what
So
I'm dealing with. So like
at the
I
same
could
time,
go ahead.
if you're putting too much into some people and giving other people good words, trust me, I know it feels good. It makes us feel good as men, makes us feel good as uh just people in general, especially coming what you came from and especially coming what I came from, where I give my all. I'm a very vulnerable motherfucker. So
Yeah,
if I have something to share and I have a story and I have something like that to give upon somebody else, it makes me feel good. But there is a decent boundary to where the point where you have to say, just because I'm telling you some good shit, don't mean that you're giving good shit back or telling me good shit or reciprocating the good shit.
I'm real big on
You got to be able to differentiate between who we'll go to some terms, who you're fucking with and who's fucking with you.
Mark said,
exactly.
that frequency. I know my vibrations. I've been doing psychedelics for like 5 years, so I already see through people enough to know that you ain't just because that people abusing that kindness for a weakness is so overextended.
You can be taken advantage of.
Yeah,
Oh, real
man.
quick.
I do cleansing on a daily basis, and I'm a strong man, but I damn near I get quiet like a female on her period, like 1 day or 2 days a week,
Bro, that,
because I'm going
that
through so
sounds
much,
good, man.
man. I'm going through so much, man, and we've all been in that mode where our engine is running on E because we are trying to stick to the plan and get ahead, bro. But like that shit, like you running on fumes is not good. You know what I mean?
But just a good focus is great, is it not?
Yeah, a good focus is great, but balancing, like we talking about peace of mind and making sure you self love and like everybody needs somebody, you know. We all need each other, man. I can't express that enough, and that's why I came again tonight, because just being able to talk to people at the least is very helpful, because we don't need to be holding in anything. We need to release all pressure that is not good. In order to create a diamond, you have to release pressure intermediately. You can't just have the pressure on high and just let it ride. It's gonna blow a pipe. So like you got to do the same thing in life, and when you run and trying to get to that stability in life, it's even harder to find that safe space, that peaceful time, because you feel like you can't sit down, man. Like I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
go to some Friday.
like I told in the chat, I'm chasing stability, trying to get back to some of my most cherished hobbies, man. And
Right,
I'm not
right,
making an excuse for anything. You feel me? Like I'm just here trying to do good on a daily basis, but like I kind of have to balance self-love because I know I could be doing more, but then I can't downplay myself like I'm not doing enough already as it is. Like it gets hard just balancing everything that you go through when you don't have a huge support system and you don't really have a support system. Like like I said, I got a handful, man.
right,
I
right. But
definitely
see,
wish I had more help, but who wants to be in it like me and the brother who hosting the show talked about a couple of days ago? How many people can we actually call on? Like, how many people is really willing to help you? And the whole thing of becoming vulnerable enough to ask, man.
That's a good word right there. Vulnerable.
It shit hurt when you ask somebody you think gonna help you and they don't, man. To
very
where
much
like it
so.
hardens you. It hardens your shell to where like again, also being with my background, your outer shell is judged before people actually get to know you. So
Immediately.
I have to balance trying to portray a good image because for some people I don't even look approachable. I look more like I'm gonna fucking hurt you or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what people be thinking, but I can tell that there's
Are
a
you tatted up?
fear. You say what?
Are you tatted up?
Yeah, I'm tatted all the way from like my neck down to my chest, my arms, and all the way down to my wrist.
You got face tattoos?
Nah, no face cut.
Hey, bet. You're good.
Yeah, man, I do. I'm a good person. I'm a good people person. You know, I do good, but like, I'm just glad to be here, man. That's
Hey,
all I.
listen. Today is your first day here, so I like I said in the chat, thank you for being here. But you touched on a lot of different subjects, and like you talked about the conversation that we had, and I told you, I said my objective is to save one soul. That's it, just one
Yeah,
soul. I remember I told you that my objective is to save one soul, one soul. But I know in saving that one soul and having one conversation or having one whatever will change the dynamics. Just like Zane came through David. If you see a picture of David brought Zane. Bubba's my brother. P. Scott is my other brother. But we're all not family like that, but we're all family. We're all family because we all know each other and we all are struggling with something. And another thing you touched on, and a lot of people don't tend to understand this. There are so many brothers dying in silence because they feel like that word you use, vulnerability. In the word vulnerability, what is that? You're opening yourself up for an attack. I learned this from my brother, P. Scott over there, because we had a conversation and he explained to me the difference between transparent and vulnerability. And when you're being vulnerable, you're opening yourself up for an attack. And most men have to stay in the positioning of attack and
yeah,
not letting themselves be open for an attack. So being vulnerable is hard for most men because we're the protectors.
Yo, I
We're
love that.
we're
but
the
we supposed to be
protectors.
perfect. We supposed to have
Very
no
good
chink in our
analogy.
armor. We supposed to have a bankroll. We supposed to have the loudest weed. We supposed to have the greatest job, the biggest stock account. Like it's just fucking crazy the
Right.
expectation
Right. And
that is
that's the
on men.
right. And that's the level of being here. There's no expectations of any of that. I don't expect you to have any of that. You know what I expect from you? I expect you to come on here and be honest. That's
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
am
it.
no longer trying to live up to them stereotypes. I do
No.
not
nah,
care.
for real. I'm a
I
No.
do
simple ass
not
nigga,
care.
man.
I ain't got to be the hardest nigga in the room. I ain't got to have the most money in the room. I ain't got to be the best looking. I'm sorry. I'm no longer living up to them. I do not care. I do not care. I ain't even
Man,
got to have the best job. I love the job I do. That's all I got to do. As
I
long as I
don't care
love the
about
one
no
I got,
bag, no
I'm good
money,
on
or
that.
nothing.
I'm
Thank
not
you,
worried
brother
about
Jay.
none
I
of the
was
rest of that.
I'm glad you clarified that because that's one of the dangerous things in this world is that we cannot focus on what social media and um, the news outlets and stereotypes that we can't base our life and our walk on the world's expectations.
It's about what
Yeah.
you want to be.
Nah, I'm not. Ain't no because trying to live up to that.
No, it's about how you
The
feel.
40 years I've been on this earth has crushed my soul almost. No, I'm not trying to live up to that no more. I'm not trying to be that person anymore. I realized a couple of years ago, I can't be this person. I'm not going to be this person.
Wait,
You can start whatever you want to start and I'm going to go, you know how I'm going to finish it? I'm going to go and walk away because I ain't got time for that.
wait a minute.
I do not have the time for it.
You said the 40 years you've been on this earth have crushed your soul. Break that down for me. I mean, that's pretty hard to say crushed your soul.
Because all the stereotypes he just named, you got to think about where I started it, so you know how this started.
Yes.
All the stereotypes he just named, I've been there, done all of that. Only difference is I ain't never touched. Only jail I seen was the jail I put myself in. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is,
And trustably, when I put myself there, I told them then when they let me go, I never come back again. Never again when you get me again.
but the thing
I
is,
meant that.
still, you said all
But
those
did you go back?
stereotypes. No, he didn't go back. You said all that stuff crushed your soul. That's still that's heavy. That's real heavy to say
And
that
I
all the
know.
stereotypes have crushed your soul. I mean, crushing of a soul is hard, man. That is a heavy burden. And what I'm saying to you is, give me a little more explanation on crushing your soul, because here's the thing: you're still here. You still believe. So.
I still believe it. What do I believe? I believe that I'm gonna say me. Cause every man gonna stand on his own. Cause I'm a firm believer in when I'm the only one gonna stand in front of God is me by myself. Firm believer in that.
Right.
So what I know is I have tried to be there for people after people after people who have literally let me down by all terms. I stand on, when I say I stand up for every person in my life, I stand up for everybody in my life until you give me a reason not to. And then some of them, even after you give me a reason not to, I still stand up for you.
Right. But the thing is,
I got a brother that I swear I answer his phone call every time he called because I don't know if it's going to be the last time I talk to him.
yeah, I think we
I
all
lost
got
one.
somebody.
I lost one to an OD.
Right.
I lost my mother to cancer, crushed my soul. I lost my grandmother diabetes. I didn't gain a relationship with my father till I was 27 years old. We got one of the best relationships that we ever have. And it took him marrying my mother to get that relationship.
Right.
Yeah, man. God got a funny way of bringing you back to him.
Yes, indeed, man.
And that's the only expectation I'm trying to.
That's the only person you can live up to. Because I believe in trying to, my brother knows. My whole goal in my whole entire life has been to make this world a better place for all of my nieces and nephews. Because God did never bless me with a child. But he blessed me to be the best uncle in this world.
Yeah.
And if they say anything otherwise, I swear I cut them off.
Hey, he's standing on business on that though, for real. He is standing. He's serious about that. He's standing on business. But here's the thing.
I made a decision when I went to work at the job I went to work at. I say, so I'm gonna set up everything for my nieces and nephews. I want them to have what I didn't have when I leave this world. I want them to be financially. Y'all was talking about financial security. I want them to be financially secure when I leave this world. When I leave this world, I'm gonna be worth $1.1 million dead. That is my goal. I want to make sure everybody got at least $100,000 to do what you please to do with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
an
I
important
mean.
thing, Bubba. That's important because what you're highlighting is the fact that we all can't be. Let me see. I don't want to use Superman as an example, but you know, we
That's
can't.
it.
We all can't be that guy. But there is a need for somebody to be that man that's standing in the gap. So every Superman's got that. What's his butler's name? There's always not Superman,
Alfred.
Batman,
G.
Alfred.
Alfred.
Batman got
Alfred.
Alfred. You know, not so much Robin, but Alfred, because Robin's the sidekick, but Alfred's the man. Alfred knows how everything runs. But by you, and I like the way you put it, not being blessed with children, but being man enough to see where you feel a need. And we all need somebody that's standing in the gap for us, whether it's a father figure, whether it's an older brother figure, whether it's a wife who's a outstanding partner that knows how to be a support for her husband, just as we provide a covering for our wives. Everybody needs that person in the gap, because when we've expended all of our energy and we've done everything we can do and we didn't meet the level that we wanted, we didn't hit the mark that we wanted to hit, and we feel like a failure, that's when we need that gap person to step up and say, hey, baby, hey, brother, this is what you made. You might not have reached the goal you wanted, but this is the impact that you've left us with. And that's good enough. We can work with that. And we
Say
have to be
that.
reminded sometimes that although we may not color in all of the colors and the lines that we had planned to, we have to be able to step back and appreciate the picture we've drawn thus far.
Say that, man. That is so true.
Is
But a
it
lot of
not?
people don't understand that. But being Superman, being a hero, or that guy, like we were talking about earlier, sometimes that gets heavy. And for me, sometimes I get into a place where I'm carrying all of this stuff. I set it down and I'm like, I can't do this right now. And my sidekick, or what, my wife, but my butler, I ain't gonna call it because she's none of those titles. She's my partner. I'll say,
David, you get the
sit
nail on
down.
the
She'll
head, bro.
say, sit down, take a moment. It's like an incident happened last week and somebody called and they needed my assistance and act like they couldn't do what they needed to do. And we was in Walmart and I got off the phone with them and I was on my way there. And she looked at me and she said, stop. She said, stop right now. Take a deep breath. Calm down. It's going to be okay. Just stop. Stop thinking about it. Get out of this moment. Walk away from it. And just those simple words in the manner that she said it to me, I had to stop, rethink the situation. I called the person back and I said, listen, y'all going to have to handle this. I can't do it. Y'all are going to have to fix this. I can't fix it. Y'all are going to have to fix it. And the person on the other line was like, okay. And I guess they fixed it because they never called me back. But in that moment, I went from 0 to 100, and she knew that I needed her in that moment to bring me back so I could see clearly. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, thank you. Whoever that was from Union Mike. But I needed that. We all need somebody in our life, whether it's a brother, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a best friend. We all need somebody in our lives like that butler that knows the ins and outs, the workings. If you don't know, and mostly everybody here knows, I had an accident. Well, for years, in my mind, my value was attached to my paycheck. In my mind, because that was what I saw for a man, that my value was attached to a paycheck. Well, I had an accident where I didn't get no paycheck and had to be at home. And again, I panicked. She says, I remember seeing you. You almost lost it. You almost lost it. And you almost got up and went to work and didn't get yourself together. She said, but I remember I told you it'll be okay. We'll make it. Everything will work out. And it did. By the grace of God, everything worked out.
Partnership is a hardship.
Listen, me and this brother of mine over here, Bubba, we've been partners for years. And it's hard because he hard-headed.
but I
Whoa,
love
whoa,
him.
whoa, whoa. I know you, not me.
He is hard-headed.
Hard-headed.
Oh, yeah, you hard-headed.
Hard-headed.
You
You've been
hard-headed.
talking to your dad, ain't you?
No, I
Been
have
talking
not
to your
talked
dad,
about
ain't
that. But we've rode together for so long. You're hard-headed, but we help each other through situations. My brother's been been my best friend forever, but at this point, he's no longer my best friend. Those words don't exist in our relationship unless I have to define it to somebody on the outside. But that's my brother. He been there with me through ups and downs, good times, bad times, whatever. Watch my kids grow up. And we're Batman and Robin, but not Batman. Okay, Batman and Superman. We have stood in a gap for so many people in our lives. We have stood in a gap and been that person that everybody leaned on, that everybody called on. But my thing is this. If I called half of them people, they can't do for me what I've done for them. And I know I shouldn't expect anything in return because I did it from the goodness of my heart. But it still hurts. It still
That's
hurts.
where the problem lies. It hurts. But now, and it's because I'm a firm believer in what my grandma always told me. Don't give away nothing. Don't give away nothing you can't afford to lose.
Nah,
I'm a
for
firm
real.
believer in that.
Nah, for
I'm
real.
a firm believer in that. Don't give away nothing you can't afford to lose. Whether it be your time, whether it be your money, whether it be your strength, your emotion, any of that. Don't give away nothing you can't afford to lose.
What was that, Bubba?
P. Scott, that's real. Don't expect it says don't expect you and others. I'm still trying to get there, brother. I'm still, even at my big age of 45, I'm still fighting with
Pete,
that.
I'm gonna tell you now, I expect the world to be like me. That's what I expect the world to be like me. And my brother keep telling me I'm living in the wrong world.
Take me back to my home planet, shit.
I expect the world to be like me. I generally didn't understand the how could I say
I was
this?
like that too. I had to fall all the way back, boy.
I generally didn't understand. Like I reach out to, like he said, we have been through the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs.
No, I love
I done
that.
stood in the gap. And when I say I done stood in the gap, and I done stood 2 toes down for a million people that I just really would think would stand for me. And then when I needed someone to stand for me, wouldn't stand for me. Oh no.
Woo!
I had to look around and I was like,
Dinner can't come back
really?
from that.
I had to think, and my brother he rode with me. My brother seen me in tears driving down the road. Like, really? My feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
Bubba got that way. Bubba got that good way of thinking. And I got that. Oh, man.
My feelings was hurt. And I was like, really? So now, I said, then I thought about what my mama said. I was going to come back. They're going to need you again. Well, my mama used to always tell her sister, you're going to need me again. I said, they're going to need me again, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
So when they called and asked me and needed me again, I ignored the phone call. I looked at it. They called back again. I looked again. My wife asked me, you going to answer the phone? Nope. For what? You couldn't answer the phone when I needed you. I can't answer the phone when you need me. I know that's the only reason why you calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
And them be the worst, the people who only call when they need something.
Yeah.
Woo!
And that's how you know this. That's when you know they need something. That's when you know they're down there. Because you don't ever hear from them not one day of the week until they need something.
Exactly.
Bubba, you eat so much good stuff, bro.
They won't even call to check and see if you still breathing. They don't even know if you breathing or not. They just know when their phone ring, you gonna answer it.
Mine
So
dead to the
when
world.
when you fool them, they think that ain't looking stupid.
I think that's when I realized that I started to need to make a change myself because people are not you.
They're only worried about you breathing when they see your chest pumping.
No, they only worried about you breathing when you standing in the gap for them, when you doing something for them, when you are making life better for them, that's when they worried about you breathing. Because if you ain't doing nothing for them,
That's your heart is doing something for somebody else. But
And it is.
but
And
then
it is.
when
And I have,
when you're low and you need something and nobody's there for you. And then
you know, and that hurts.
all
That's when it hurts. That's when it really hurts. My wife has told all our nieces and nephews, told them, if you can't call me and check on me, then why can you send me a request on Cash App then? But you didn't call me and check on me.
Dang. Listen, when I had to break the law in order to call my folks. No money on the phone, so that means I gotta go holler cuz, pay him to use his phone right quick, so I can call my folks to make sure they straight.
Yeah.
Don't do that no more.
And I'm in the belly of the beast. Could get stuck on soon as count clear. You feel me?
No.
Don't do that no more.
Man, listen, man. That's when I realized that I had to make the changes for me to find my own peace, because holding people up to some expectation it's like you get let down. You can't hold people. You just gotta let people do what they do, and you gotta evaluate them from that. You feel me? You can't be thinking, I'm in this position, they got me, they gonna take care of it. Cause listen, like, when you know that if you ain't got your shit together, you just assed out, because cuz them ain't got it, my dukes them ain't got it, such and such them ain't got it.
It's gonna come right
You
back.
start getting smacked right, man.
The hardest thing in this world is really understanding and being real with yourself and telling yourself to look here and just letting go. Letting go of the anger, letting go of the chips, stop holding grief, stop holding anger, stop holding a grudge. Just let it go. Because the person that you holding all that grief and that anger and that grudge against, they sleep like a baby every night.
Man, I started loving my people more once I let go.
It's called accountability.
I mean, because deep down, and I will say this, and I say this, because deep down inside, you knew whether or not you knew they wasn't going to look out. You knew it. You knew they wasn't going to be there for you.
You got to hold yourself accountable, man.
So you got to thank you. So hold yourself accountable. Well, I already knew that. So I can't expect it. I seen it coming. I just ignored it.
For real, that's what brings peace, for real, that accountability.
Is another thing.
Listen. All of that, everybody's saying what's need to be said. And here's the thing, encouragement is always the best. And understanding that we're all gentlemen that carry some luggage. And luggage can be whatever you want to put in that place, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your job, whether it's whatever. We all carry luggage. But like I said, at some point in time, that luggage is heavy. You got to sit down. You got to understand that in the movies, it's the movies. They didn't show Superman sitting down. They didn't show Batman sitting down. But when them villains kicked their ass, they sat down. So that luggage will kick your ass sometimes, and you have to sit down. The circumstances of life sometimes will kick you in the butt and make you have to sit down. And sometimes those circumstances make you sit down in order to see the bigger picture. Because if you carrying everybody else's stuff, how you going to see what's for you? How you going to see what's next in your life if you're carrying everybody else's stuff? Let alone with all the things that we've been through as males. So let's just break it down to that. All the things that we've been through as males in this life is heavy as it is. And then for us melanated brothers, all the things that comes along with being melanated brothers, it's just as bad. Now let's take away those color shits. Okay, if you come from the bottom, every one of us came from the bottom. None of us had a silver spoon. None of us grew up in an affluential neighborhood. So, bam, you're male. You grew up in a poor neighborhood. So you've already got strikes against you, because little do you know, if you grew up on the poor side, the people at the top looked at you like you were nothing anyways, and it didn't matter what your color was.
Nothing. Didn't matter at
Because
all what your
the
color was.
dice game that they're playing is called economicism. And what the dice game that they threw to us is colorism. And they pitted us against each other because if you go back in times, the English took the poor white people and made them the corrallers for the poor black people because it's control. So they pitted us at the bottom against each other for their gain. So the people at the top don't care about what color you really are, because if you look at the atmosphere of the world right now, the people at the top don't care about none of us.
They don't give a fuck.
None of us at the bottom. They care about none of us at the bottom. So being that we come from the bottom, we're already carrying heavy weights because some of us come from families where you were the decision maker to change whatever geographical path that your family was going on. Some of us had to carry the weights because we had parents that were drug addicted or whatever. And so we had little brothers or little cousins or somebody that we had to stand up for. So we've all had to carry some kind of weight on our shoulders. So now at this point where I'm at, I carry my weight, but I'm not finna carry yours. I'm going to carry my weight because the higher power that I serve has blessed me tremendously. When I say abundantly and tremendously, I don't care if you my mama, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my children. Now I have small children, so I still have to watch after my small children. But my adult children, I love you and I will help you along the way. But I'm not finna carry none of your mess no more. My parents, I love them. I love them. But I'm not going to carry their mess until they get to a place where they can't carry it anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And we all are going to get, if you're breathing and your heart is pumping blood right now, you're getting old. Sorry to tell you. Surprise! You're getting old with every minute that ticks away. You're getting old. So we all going to get old one day and we're all not going to
What?
be able to
I'm getting
carry.
old.
Yes, Bubba, you're getting old. Sorry to tell you. Surprise!
Man, look here. I ain't
Message!
getting old. I'm getting better.
They say the wine final with time.
Wine don't do nothing but get better with age. Get it right.
You old and ugly. But okay. But
Dang.
we're going to move on past that.
One of us said,
He just gonna hurt my feelings and move on past it. Y'all see how he do me? Y'all are my witnesses. Y'all see how he do me?
We're going to drive on past that. Hey, man, listen.
Hold up. Pump your brakes right quick. I got to put a comment in there since I'm the oldest cat on the line. I wasn't going to let you get away without me having some input on that one.
Come on with
Thank
it, Dave. Come on.
And some of y'all still got milk on your lips. I can smell it on the line. I smell some milk out there. So look here.
See?
Don't get into the AARP conversation because you know I get spicy with that one.
Here you go.
Here he
You
comes.
put your AARP card away, please, sir.
Put the
You and your
Geritol away.
put your pickleball back down. Leave it alone. You'll be all right. Man, godly.
Hey, look at man. Put that Geritol back in the closet. We don't need none of that. The Aspercream. Put the Aspercream down.
We all been the same, okay?
Put the Big J down, man. Hey, but no, listen. Still, even at my age, man, I have to use that stuff. Sometimes this weather make my knees bad. But listen, man. Everybody's been. It's this. I love this. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. I say this every week. I say, share this. Tell somebody that they need to come and have some conversations. We ain't talking about, this ain't about no fluff. This is about real life and understanding who we are as men and our positionings in this world. Yes, I said we all gonna get old. Yes, you know that. But at some point, you have to understand how to regulate your emotions and be you. Be you. unapologetically you. Be you. Me and Zane had a great conversation last week, and he said a couple things to me that was
Oh,
really.
it was just me and you.
It was just me and you last week, Zane. It was just me and
Well,
you. And then Bubba came in with the
I
last
did
30
come in on
minutes.
the tail end.
Bubba came into the last 30 minutes of the conversation, man. But he said some really insightful things, and I love the fact that we can all share insight with each other and understand where we're all coming from. Because just like Maul talked about his mother saying that was where he needed to be, brought it in honesty, Maul, that made me emotional hear you saying that, because it brought those feelings of that moment back when I got in trouble like that. And to hear my mother say that, because in that moment I was so mad at my mom, but to hear somebody else that had a similar experience, hell, I thought it was just me. But that just goes to show that we're all similar in some stature, or we have parallel stories.
I will say
The only
this.
one for sure, man.
I will say this. She did tell me if I ever went, might well not call her because she sure wasn't coming. I didn't believe that. But she ain't got to worry. I told her you ain't never got to worry again. I won't go back. I bet you that. She did say that now. I didn't
Right,
believe her.
right, right, man. It's just it is amazing to be here and have conversations like this, because as I say all the time, this is therapy for me. This helps me. This helps me see the world a little bit different, because I hear everyone else's experiences and we share life experiences. And as much as we think we're different, we're all the same.
I don't know if
So why can't we get everybody to understand this?
because a lot of people just haven't reached that point of wanting to accept. Maybe somebody else has the answer. A lot of people don't know how to get out of their arrogance, and it brings me to a movie on Netflix I
What he
watched
just
called
said.
Forged. Forged is
What you just
Oh,
said.
I seen that.
Arrogance.
Is
That's
that
arrogance.
that's the Bible based movie Forge with the
yes,
Brotherhood? Oh man,
yes.
that movie
Forged,
made me cry, man. If y'all ain't seen Forge, go
yes.
see Forge.
Forged is like this community, and it made me tear up as well, because being
Yes.
able to have a
Been all
community
weekend.
where you can cry, you can let it out, then you can bounce back tomorrow fresh anew, knowing that you didn't embarrass yourself.
Welcome, welcome
You
to our
didn't
version of
you
the
didn't make
Forge.
yourself look weak. You didn't make yourself any more vulnerable than you already were. This is what I feel their space is, man, because man, like being able to just talk to a motherfucker, like for real, bro. Like I'm saying, if nothing else, being able to roll up, smoke, and talk about the real shit is more than enough help that niggas be needing. Excuse my language.
Thank you, sir. I
Man,
appreciate that.
this man has great mind on his shoulders, even through what he's been through.
He
I'm
I,
just
lives.
trying to,
I'm
I'm
so
just growing,
I'm
bro, so
so
that I can make
happy
a bigger
that
impact, man.
you've come out from some bullshit, and you're welcome in this space, and you're more than welcome to talk, and just your insight, my guy, is so gracious between all of us.
And I appreciate
I was
that.
talking to some young men. I was talking to some young men this week, and I told them something that
Very
someone told me
enjoyable.
a long time ago.
Sorry, Bo.
Oh, it's all good. I told them something that someone told me a long time ago, because they were doing some things that they shouldn't be doing and said some things that shouldn't be said. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna tell you this statement. And I want you to think about it. Then I want you to come back next week and tell me what you figure the answer is to this statement. I said, it's better to be thought of than to speak and remove all doubt. I said, I don't even want you to answer me now. I want you to come back next week and give me your answer.
Repeat what
'Cause
you said.
it is better to be thought of than to speak and remove all doubt.
Yeah.
Hey,
You ain't
Bubba,
gotta
I
wait
think
on
you
next
left a
week.
word out.
What
I think
word I
you
leave
got
out?
intelligent. It's better to be thought to be intelligent to be quiet and thought to be intelligent than to speak and remove all doubt. Because when a fool opens his mouth, everybody knows he's a fool. That's like the old story about the tiger and the tiger arguing with the jackass, arguing with the donkey over the color of the sky. Y'all heard that one, right? Y'all know that one?
Come on with it, Dave.
Apparently nobody don't know it, Dave. Keep getting it to us.
Oh, okay.
Give us the knowledge. Give us the knowledge.
All right.
You're the oldest one
So
in
here
the
we
room.
go.
Let's hear some story.
So one day, the tiger and the donkey were talking, and the donkey said, "Man, that's a beautiful green sky up there." And the tiger looked at the donkey at the side of his head. He was like, "Fool, are you crazy? Everybody know the sky is blue." No, the donkey said the sky is green. And so the tiger and the donkey are just arguing over this, and they're making a ruckus and getting all loud, and the whole jungle is getting upset. And so the king gets involved, the lion gets involved, and he calls the tiger and the donkey in front of him. And he says, "What is this argument about?" And so the tiger says, "You're the king of the jungle. You're supposed to be wise and smart. Will you please explain to this jackass over here that the sky is blue?" And the lion looked at the tiger. He side-eyed the tiger and says, "You shut up. Mr. Donkey, you go on down the trail, go on about your way. I got to talk to the tiger." And so the tiger was like perplexed. "Why are you coming down on me when you know I'm right?" And he says, "Why are you upsetting the whole jungle when the whole jungle knows that the sky is blue and you arguing with a jackass?"
Man, I heard that years ago, but I didn't remember. Hey, man. Very true. That's sort of like the one they talk about arguing with a fool.
Exactly. And people that aren't ready for enlightenment, you can put the flame of knowledge right in their face, but if their mind is not ready to receive enlightenment, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You're wasting that heat.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
You can take a fool to knowledge, and you can't make them think.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. This gonna sound real bad. This gonna sound real bad. I'm gonna say it. I drive fools to school every day, and they still ain't learning.
Oh, I knew he was gonna say it. Cause y'all, we have a running thing as drivers. Like we will literally say on the radio that if it ain't in a text message or Instagram post or a Facebook post or a TikTok or a Twitter, I guarantee you they don't know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about it. They can't even tell you how to get them home.
Right, you look, you get out of my head. I was gonna say, how you 17 and don't know your address?
He ain't lying.
How you don't know what street you live on?
Every day.
How you not know what building you live in?
Yep. Somebody say every day. And then they will literally call in to dispatch and say, "Dispatch, can you tell me where so-and-so live?" And I'd be like, "We talking about high school. High school? You talking about high school?" I gotta ask. You talking about a high schooler? Yeah. Never mind. I don't even go past that point.
Yeah, 2025.
Yeah. How many of them know all of the hiding spots in Grand Theft Auto though?
Oh, every one of them.
Hey man, how many of them is some real killers on Call of Duty?
Right.
All of them. But can't remember to pull their pants up. Can't remember. I don't care what you do. I don't judge nobody for what you do. I don't care what you do. But don't get on my bus and make my whole bus smell like weed. I don't care what you do. And you in school.
Too late.
You're in school. Wear some cologne. Get something to cover it up. But I'm talking about coming out of the school building. I'm talking about coming out of the school building.
No. I'm talking about at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, and I told them, I said it on my bus, cameras and all recorded. I don't care who played the tape. It's 6 o'clock. I should not know what you're doing in your private life at 6 o'clock in the morning. You better find you some cologne. And I said it loud enough for everybody to hear me. You better find you some cologne.
But, we, along with this, now, future plans, in the middle, I need to say a few things right now, and it's just a moment to say some things, and everybody just If you didn't know, tomorrow we are having our inaugural Brotherhood of Balance Forum. It will be held at Hartman Park in Nashville, Tennessee from 2 to 4. Everybody is invited. And this is the first of many in-person groups that we will be having. So if you're in Nashville, Tennessee, you're always welcome to come to one of our groups. Every gentleman on this panel should have gotten a text message with the address and the time for tomorrow. It is October the 25th at Hartman Park, which is 2802 Tucker Road. Dave, give me the address. I know you know it a little bit better than me. Shaquita, drop it in the chat. We will be having in-person meetings. Thank you, ma'am. That is the lady who works the chat, and she also runs our nonprofit. But the reason why I'm saying this, and we're talking about young people, is eventually we want to grow this platform into having more young men into a mentorship program, into a program to where we're having conversations with young men because they are our future. As cliche as it may sound, they are our future. And we've got to save our future because the way it looks right now, it is very bleak. Mm-hmm. Very bleak. So we've got to save our future. So these conversations are great. They're wonderful. They're enlightening. They're uplifting. They're releasing, because just like Mal, he came on, he just wanted a place to talk. I get it. Thank you, brother, for being here. Please stay. Zane, what are you, 7 weeks in? 8 weeks? About 7 or 8 weeks. We brought him in the fold. He is our brother. He will always be my brother. He's a little lucid, but he's still my brother. And we all are different personalities.
Thank you.
Yes, he's my brother. We all are brothers, man. And I hope that we've made a great impression on you. The show ain't over with. I'm just saying some stuff.
Cop them feelings, Joe. Come on now.
Right.
Oh, you care about us.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I don't. Yeah, whatever. Y'all sometimes you get on my nerves. But I do. No. I love every one of y'all. I love everybody, man. I love this community that we have built here. And I wish, I say this, you'll hear me say this numerous of times because it's how I really feel. I wish more men could understand where we are in this community and understand that it does exist and it can happen. Because I've heard men say being in a room full of men sometimes is a little too much because there's too much bravado in the room. But if I get it, vulnerability is opening yourself up for an attack. And if you walk into every situation like you're being attacked, then how are you really going to learn anything? Because you're more focused on protection than actually learning anything. And as I've said before in other shows, we teach our sons how to put on armor, but we never show them how to take it off. So if I walk around with armor on my whole entire life, protecting myself from the world, am I really enjoying life, or am I just walking around pretending? Because if I'm always armored up and I've always got myself in protection mode, oh, they're going to get me. Oh, they're going to take me. Oh, they're going to touch me. Oh, they're going to do this. Oh, they're going to do that. They're going to look at them. Why are they looking at me over there? They plotting on me. They're going to do it. Nah, man, everybody ain't plotting on you. Maybe that person just wants to get to know you and figure out, y'all might have something in common.
I got to get them before they get me.
Vulnerability.
Right. What do you say, Bubba? I got to get them before they get me.
Yeah, I got to get them before they get me.
No.
Hey,
that's not the world I want to live in.
It ain't the world. You know it ain't the world I want to live in.
That's
know
the
it
worst logic ever.
Right.
But you know it's the truth though. And the sad part about it is,
for sure. They got it. It's so common.
And what makes it even worse is our brothers and sisters that are in situations in places where they can't leave are the worst ones about it. I got to get them y'all don't realize all of y'all are in this environment together. Mm-hmm. You're all here together. Ain't nobody outranking nobody in this environment because the people that are in control, guess what? They going home tonight.
Damn.
The people that's in control, they gonna go sleep in their own bed. The people that's in control gonna eat what they want to eat tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The people that's in control, they can control the air conditioning, the lights, the TV, and everything else.
You go to the bathroom when they want.
When they want to, with privacy. Close the door.
Man, I just had a brother call me from incarceration just now. I'm talking about, man, I can only imagine the impact that I'm having on his life being someone he can talk to.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Man, listen.
You ever seen a look in a tiger's eye that's down in the bottom of a pit and he can't climb out?
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, he will do anything.
I done seen that look in some men's eyes.
Man, I'm one of those guys who I damn near won't even cry when I lose a family member because I believe in them going on to a better place. But let me see some heartfelt life in front of me in a movie in real life. Man, listen, man, I get so teary-eyed because heartfelt stuff is like what really gets to me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That means you're human and you're in touch with all of your emotions. We got too many young men running around here trying to be hard, just pushing, covering their heart up with, or put it this way, they need their heart circumcised. They got a tough foreskin on their heart, and it prevents them from expressing things they need to express. Because a woman needs to see all sides of a man to be attracted to the man. There's a small percentage of women out there that just want to thug, and they want to be.
Hold on, Dave. But you got them women now that will stand up and tell their son, never let them see you cry.
Well, and parenting is one of the most difficult jobs on the planet that none of us are ever trained to do properly.
Right there.
But I know that parents make you look in the mirror and realize
a whole lot. Parenting will make you look in the mirror a whole lot.
Yeah.
We repeat the mistakes that our parents put on us.
Man, say that.
My favorite one,
that is so
whooping my son's tail and telling him to shut up, don't cry while I'm whooping his tail. How crazy is that?
Man, listen.
Shut up that noise.
How is it that you are so adamant about raising your child not like you were raised and end up perpetuating that same thing?
Exactly, because it's subliminally recorded in our subconscious, and it pops out when we're put in that situation. And we have to be cognizant to realize, wow, I just made that mistake. And then we got to be man enough to go back to the child and apologize to the child for the mistake we made trying to raise them.
Man,
but because y'all, really, how we end up at that point is because then you'll end up in the situation we in right now, to where you didn't get raised like I was raised, so it means you have no morals, you have no sense of manhood, you have no care about women, things, respect, none of that. Because we get to the point where everybody got to get a participation, everybody get a trophy. No child left behind.
No.
We get to the no child left behind. Everybody get a trophy.
That was the horriblest shit they ever could have came up with, and I'm sorry.
That's how we got. But when you got people,
it was horrible.
But when you got people saying, I ain't gonna do to my kids what my parents did to me, that's how we got there.
You alive, ain't you? Oh, I hate that one. Oh, I hate that one right there. I ain't gonna do to my kids what my parents did to me. Wait a minute, but you right here making this statement. But you right here making that statement.
But when I said what I said, I didn't mean that I didn't just fall off the cabbage truck.
Oh
No,
no,
I
you
didn't.
didn't.
I didn't wait for my son to get in the bathtub naked and whoop him in the bathtub. That's what they did to me.
I
didn't do that.
I understand
but I still got to that backside. But I didn't do it like that. I didn't whip him with extension cord. I didn't whip him with no wire
Got that
hangers.
one.
That's what
Got
they did
that
to
one.
me.
Been there.
But I didn't do that
Get a
to
switch
them.
from
Done
outside
that.
on one of them trees.
Dave,
Got that one too.
Yeah. I like the switch action, but I didn't do extension cords and I didn't do wire hangers.
Extension cords, the back of the radio, the hot iron. Let's see. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, I ain't finished.
Wait a minute.
No.
Don't forget the Hot Wheel track.
The Hot Wheel track. Matter of fact, the Tonka
Hot
truck.
Wheel track.
The Tonka truck, the metal Tonka
my
truck.
own toys.
Yeah, the metal Tonka truck, the Hot Wheel track, the extension cord.
Wait, brother, slow down. Zane got something to say. What you got to say, Zane?
Whatever it was that was in a damn hand, okay?
Hold on, Zane. I done got slapped with a chicken quarter.
But no, gentlemen.
I got slapped with a chicken. My grandma beat me with a butcher knife and didn't even cut me.
Gentlemen, listen, please, real quick. We're all talking about a bunch of stuff that we had to go through that we're not doing. Okay? We're talking about a bunch of stuff that we went through, and we've all laughed and joked about it. But that's what we've been through.
Right.
Now this next generation of who we are trying to raise, whether you have kids or not, is not what we are trying to put or leave upon this next generation, whether you have kids or whether you don't. That's just a good feeling on, we all laughed about it. We all spoke and said some good funny shit, okay, about what we got our ass beat on. But that's not what we are trying to pass on.
Yeah.
That's not what we should pass on. We should pass on a little bit more of verbal discipline with care.
Right.
A lot more of personal stuff that, the cliche of, I don't want my child, I'm doing these quotation marks of, I don't want my child to grow up and what I had to fucking grow up. Well, prove it.
Right.
No doubt.
But at the same time, have a disciplined mind and be respectful of yourself on what you went through, to not put through somebody else on what you went through to build that next generation of child, which those children are going to pass these other things on to their friends and their friends and their children. And
that is
like that.
Yep, and that's a great comment, Zane.
And this is what we are trying to go. I understand all we just did, gentlemen, is we laughed about it. And it was a good ass fucking time. But within that good time that we just laughed, that shit hurt.
Oh yeah. Because Dave said buck naked in the bathroom. It's right. Dave was like buck naked in the bathroom, and I was over here like, oh, how you envision something in your mind, and you're like, oh man, ooh.
That shit. Hold on, everybody. Hold on one moment.
Yes, sir.
You envisioned that, right? So let me get you. You've been to Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
You've seen the property.
Yes.
Asshole naked out there in one of them fields.
That man said,
you seen it.
Yes.
Asshole naked out there in that field.
Right.
Who can hear you? Who can hear you?
Nobody.
And then go home and get in the tub full of alcohol and Epsom salt.
Epsom salt. There you go.
Learn something.
Hey, you ain't getting no infection though, did you?
I'm breathing. But Zane, and to play on what you said, Zane, I understood that and I took that. I did take that. To be in my position, I took that. And I told my niece, and I tell my nieces and nephews now growing up, I took all the ass whoopings I'm not gonna give you. The only time I put my hands on one of my nephews.
Respectful.
Because he decided that he wanted to be bigger than me. So then I put my fist in his chest. He ain't never tried that again.
That's right. And see, I changed the game too. I thought about it. What I do is I have daughters. My younger two are the girls. So instead of me being a big old man that's going to grab them and whoop them and all that, I changed it. So now it's kind of calisthenics. When you do something wrong, then you got to exercise it out. And I mean exercise until you don't want to exercise anymore. And while you're exercising, Daddy's having a conversation with you, and we're going to talk about what you did, how it affected, and what's the consequence behind it. And my daughter, my 9-year-old, she was like, one day I had her standing upside the wall, and I had her doing burpees and all these different things, different exercises, and we're talking.
Teddy bear.
Right. And we're talking and having this conversation, and she's doing these burpees, and she looks at me and she says, Dad, can you please just whoop me? I'd rather you just whoop me and get it over with instead of having to do this.
Nope.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to whoop you. I'm not going to whoop you because I want your memories of me to be something else. And I want you to understand discipline. And I want you to understand that there are consequences behind the things you do. And I know these children nowadays, they don't like to exercise. So when you do something wrong, whether I take them outside, we go to the park or whatever, but most of the time, because I co-parent with my ex-wife, so I get my kids twice a month on the weekends and a month in the summer times. So when they're here with me, 9 times out of 10, I go pick them up on a Friday afternoon when I get off from work. We come home. They either watching TV or they're playing on their devices. That's life. These children are device children. We are all latchkey kids. We played outside, climbed trees, did all that shit. But we get up on Saturdays, we'll go and I'll plan a day where we're out doing stuff all day long. And consequences are burpees or jumping jacks or push-ups or whatever. I grew up being hit with all of those things you guys have named, all of those, except the bathtub like Dave. I didn't get that one. Never got that one. Whew, that is cruel to me. That one was out of everything else. That one was cruel. The knife, Grandma she was creative to whoop you with a knife and never cut you. That means that lady was a bad woman. But radios, like Zane said, anything that was, Zane and Ma said, anything that was within reaching distance, I've been hit with. Everything. If it was in reaching distance, she hit me with it. I don't want to, as a father, never. Right.
I'm gonna be some education in you.
I'm gonna be some knowledge in your ass.
Right. But Joe,
look here.
I get what you're going on right now. So punishing your children with that physicality of not being physical with them, make them hurt themselves so they understand what it feels like, not what it felt like.
Right, but it's not really hurting themselves. It's more of, because I'm not working them out until they're hurting. It's just understanding, okay, just being fucking real. Children are lazy. My children are lazy, and I know they don't work out as much as they would when they're with their mom as they're here. And I'm not saying anything bad about their mom. And these children nowadays are anti-workout, anti-do anything except sit on the couch and watch a TV, watch something on YouTube, Hulu, or Netflix, or play a game. We are in a generation of children who don't do nothing. They don't want to go outside. Outside is icky to them. It's too many bugs. It's grass outside. It's air blowing outside. It's too much going on outside. Shit, we need air to breathe, but it's air outside. It's grass outside. It's leaves outside.
Fall out of a tree one time.
Do what?
Fall out of a fucking tree one time.
My kids, the youngest one has fell out of a tree, but the older one, she ain't fell out of a tree, but she does like climbing trees. They're a little different. My 14-year-old, she's a booker. She likes to book. She has this big old imagination of Daddy buying her $500 worth of books so she can have this ultimate book collection. And I'm like, $500 worth of books is, I think, more than all of us in this group have read.
Yeah, you're damn right. I ain't gonna lie.
My point exactly. Now,
Well, shoot. Okay.
You could
Pushing
kill a
it.
mockingbird.
right.
Oh my God. Great Gatsby.
Where the red fern grows.
Bridge to Terabithia, motherfucker.
Right. But I get what you're saying, Zane. We all have a shared experience of what they would call now, in this new world we live in, some form of abuse. We've all
Child
been
abuse.
through, they call it child abuse. We've all been through some form of child abuse. And so that's
I said that one day.
we don't want our children to experience that part of our childhood. Is I think what most people are saying, they don't want their children to experience that. But I say on the other side, and I'm not advocating for any of the things that was done to us, but the things that was done to us built the character in which we stand on today.
Amen.
But I said that
Amen.
child abuse one day and got my head put through the wall too. I'm just saying.
One in the same.
I've been abused. I was really abused as a child. Abused.
One in the same.
Yeah. Yeah. But it did build character. And it gave us, we have a level of toughness that these kids have not even scratched the surface of getting.
Yeah, but then we grow up.
But
that
someone said
character on being tossed through a wall isn't what we want to do with.
Oh no! I mean, the things that were done to me, I never repeated for my children. I mean, I stopped spanking my kids when they turned like 10, 11. I realized that spanking them is just me releasing my frustration. It's not correcting the problem. I commend Joe for what he does, because he's basically taking the boot camp mentality. Because anybody on here that's been to boot camp, we know, when it's time to do PUDA or it's time to, push the ground down. Like even with my boot camp company, we had a screw up in our company, and he kept us all on our faces, and we gave him a blanket party. And after we blanket parted his tail, he started marching right. He started washing correctly. He started putting on his uniform properly, because they went to him first, and when they realized that he was a screw up, they made us all suffer. And then they told us, you all are suffering because Private Benjamin over there can't get it together. So as long as he screw up, you gonna catch it. And that's why we blanket party his behind.
So in that sense, Dave, it's as a family, okay, with boot camp, I've been there with you. As a family, it doesn't matter which one is doing wrong. And
we all suffer.
Yeah, like some people may not understand. But when that one person does wrong and everybody else has to be corrected, there's going to be a point in time where everybody comes together.
Exactly. It's a team building exercise. And we all, and here's the big thing. When Benjamin got his act together, we were all happy for him. Not only because it kept us out from being in trouble, but now we were all marching on step in line together.
Cut 2, 1, 3, 4.
But here's the question. All of that's great. All of that is great, dandy, fine. But how do we harvest that energy as men and be able to take that to a brother that we see messing with heart, without trying to be malice, but take that to a brother in the community and say, hey, bro, you're messing up, man.
You have to take it.
And we have to be the first example, because we can't teach a grown man those things.
No, I'm not talking about teaching them. I'm talking about correction. I'm talking about correction. I'm talking about you see a brother, and this is, I'm going to use a very, very way out there example, but you see a couple at the gas station, and this happens all the time because we're in the world of freaking cameras and people are recording everything, but you see a couple at the gas station and you see this brother slap this woman. Then now here's the real question. What do? You
got to correct him.
Because most people are going to walk away and say, it ain't my business.
No,
or they're going to break out their camera and they're going to start recording.
Correct.
And I'm not recording that.
Correction without action and good words can go further, even if your words are not understood.
Right.
As long as you spoke them without malice and honesty, whether it's within a past situation, a present situation, or a future situation that you have thought of, all you're doing is speaking knowledge on what you deem is right.
Now, let's go on the other side of the coin. Let's go on, because to me, that was an extreme situation.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
In this society, there's this new terminology, YN. YN. There's this new terminology, YN. Okay, these are young kings. These are young men. These are teenagers. These are young adults. Let's say you see one and he's trying to get a job, but he's dressed like the streets. But you're wherever he's at trying to get a job, would you say, hey man, pull your pants up?
You're damn right.
Pull your pants up, bro. How you going to represent yourself like that? Because that's also correction. That's also having to have the ability to shrink yourself just a little bit.
Talk to me as who you want me to talk to.
Right. Right. But the thing is, are we at a point as men that we can correct each other? Because the fact of the matter is, there's too much and too many examples of young men out here not representing the male race in the manner that they should. And there are just as many of them as there are of us, which are distinguished gentlemen, and you can look at yourself in whatever manner you want to look at. But if you're here with me right now, I deem you a distinguished gentleman because you can hold a conversation and you can think cognitively and be able to express yourself in a manner that's understood. So to me, you're a distinguished gentleman. So being a distinguished gentleman and being out in this world, do you think you could actually uphold, and I'm going to say the man code, because we need to uphold the man code and wrangle in some of these young men who are out here living reckless.
Go back to the first question you asked before that, and I'm going to tell you this right now. As you said, could we do this? As a society, we're not going to allow this. It's just, no one wants to be corrected in public. They would not receive it well. Because of the cameras, because of the social media, because of the influence that their friends have on their lives. I have a rule on my mode of transportation that I call at work. I have a rule that I don't care what you do outside of this. When you step up on these stairs right here, you must pull up your pants. I don't care about nothing else. But as long as you in my eyesight, I don't want to know what kind of drawers you got on.
Now, Joe and David, you guys have both met me. Joe, you mentioned the term YN. I'm not oblivious to that. And like I said, you have met me before, and so has David. Why are we putting that as a stigmatism or another statistic of young men?
Same reason why they doing 6-7.
Yeah, I mean
that's more stupid than calling somebody a YN.
Right, but the thing is, you heard what I said. They're young men, the young king. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I used it in reference to what I was saying because it made it was for dramatic effect. Because
I've met you, you met me, David's met me.
Yeah, but I don't like it because here's the thing. I just had okay. So I just had this conversation. Shit. It was
Yeah, we out
stupid.
of time.
Yeah, I know. But it was stupid. But while I was on vacation, and this is probably going to end out the show. But anyways, I was on vacation. And I was miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away from here in the Bahamas on a cruise ship. And so I'm sitting on the third level of the ship, hanging out, watching the water go past, and a conversation walks up on me. A conversation, and you made me think about it saying this. A conversation walks up on me, and it is three people. And you got to hear me because it's all reference. All of this is reference, and it all goes together. So it's a conversation walks up on me. It's an African-American man, an African-American woman, and a Caucasian woman. And they're having a conversation, and the Caucasian lady is asking the African-American woman why the African-American boys that her son is hanging out with. And listen, this is all in reference to this story, and it goes into
Come
what
on,
we're saying.
man. Just come on, man.
They call him nigga. What's up, my nigga? What's going on, my nigga? So they use this towards him. And she's at home trying to teach her son that this word is a bad word. So then the African-American lady says, oh, it's just a term of endearment because they feel like he's a part of the clique. So it's a term of endearment when they say it to him. But this Caucasian lady she's not really losing her shit, but she's losing her mind. At home, I teach him that's a bad word. At home, I teach him it's a bad word. And the African-American lady's like, it's just because they friends. It's a term of endearment. It's because they like him because he's a part of the group. It's because they like him and it's a term of endearment. And I was like, ma'am, no, it's not. And it's ignorant. And in that moment, I broke it down to him. And I said, listen, Linda. How many people, because I had to do this in middle school, how many people has actually looked up the word nigga? How many people have actually looked up the word and read the definition, the Webster's definition of the word? Most people have not.
True.
And defined the true definition of the word nigga. It has no color connotation. It says a foolish person. It says a foolish person. So we're running around. That's why I said I don't like the acronym YN because YN, young nigga. So you calling yourself foolish. Ignorant. So you run around and you run around and we're calling each other, oh, so you young ignorant. Hey, young ignorance. Hey, young foolish. But we as a people tried to take the word that was used against us and use it as a term of endearment. It's not a term of endearment. Yes, it's been used. It gets used. It's whoever and whatever you want to say with the word.
It's been misconstrued.
Right. But yes, now we've turned it into an acronym.
Yeah.
To acknowledge foolish shit.
6, 7.
Just the same. Just the same. Just the same.
Stop.
You do know what it means. I figured out what it means now.
Yeah, it comes from the periodic table of elements, and it means whole. It means whole. It came from the periodic table of elements, and it is the number sign for HO, which is hydrogen. I think. But we're in a world of acronyms, so the letters for hydrogen is HO, which is 6-7 on the periodical table of elements.
That's more than I know about it, and like I said, I'm almost 40, and I hear this shit, and I am oblivious.
Do you know how you literally had to be looking for this? Because who really looks at the periodical table? You literally had to be looking for this to find that.
Exactly. And
because no one
if you're not looking for it and you're just oblivious to it and you're on TikTok or Snapchat or whatever the fucker you got or you got some younger people around you that are doing it like casually, then you're oblivious.
Because if you're not a chemist, if you're literally not a chemist, you don't
I'm a
use the
mechanic.
periodic table every day. Thank you.
I'm a mechanic.
So if you're not a chemist, you don't use the periodic table every day.
Right. Right.
Even as a mechanic, I couldn't tell you the periodic table for goddamn gasoline. So, I work around
You don't know the chemical compound for gasoline.
No, I don't.
And you're a mechanic. So you know that they had no idea what that meant till somebody somebody had to find that.
Right.
Somebody had to make it a thing to make it a thing.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. Somebody had to make
And
it
the
a thing.
reason why, to answer your question, brother, the reason why the YN thing took off like a rocket, because somebody supported it.
That's
somebody
all
on
of
TikTok, somebody on Facebook supported it. So of course they took it and they ran with it.
Of course.
But what you really don't understand, but a lot of you don't understand that's not who you want to be. That's not where you want to be, because you don't want to be classified as ignorant all your life.
Right.
Stupid.
Fellas, we have come to the end of the show. I appreciate everybody for being here. Listen, if you're not coming tomorrow, you need to be coming tomorrow. If you're not coming tomorrow, Zane, are you going to be there tomorrow?
I'm going to try my hardest, okay?
Ma, you going to be there tomorrow?
I have a baby shower at 3, so I'm going to try to pop my head in before I get there.
Yeah, hey, listen, we'll be there a little bit earlier. Come by, holler at me, shake my hand, give me a hug, and then go on to your baby shower.
For sure,
I screenshot the address.
Yeah.
Inshallah, man, I'll be there.
All right, man. Bubba, see you tomorrow, man. Everybody, thank y'all again for being here. Again, this is The Kickback, a place for transparent and vulnerable conversations. All is welcome in our non-judgmental space. I will talk to you all tomorrow. If not next Friday, I'll hear you again.
Big salute.
All right.
Place for the kickback, the place for brothers.
They beat my
Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers. Yeah. The kickback, a place for brothers.